Hello, my name is AVDHUT Pure. I am a student of IIM Trichy. Today, I will be talking about the salient feature and important benefits of goods and service tax which was implemented by Indian government. The idea of moving towards the GST was first mooted by the Union Finance Minister in his budget in 2007-2008. However, the tax came into effect from July 1, 2017 through the implementation of 101st Amendment of the Constitution of India by the Indian government. The introduction of the GST has been a very significant step in the field of indirect tax reforms in India. By amalgamating a large number of central and state taxes into a single tax, it has mitigated cascading or double taxation in a major way and paved the way for a common and national market. Goods and services are divided into 5 tax slabs for collection of tax 0%, 5%, 12%, 18% and 28%. There is a special rate of 0.25% on rough precious and semi-precious stones and 3% on golds. In addition of sales of 22% or other rates of on top of 28%, GST applies on few items like aerated drinks, luxury cars and tobacco products. Now we will look into the salient features of GST. The salient features of GST are: GST has been levied on supply of goods or services as against the past concept of tax on the manufacturing of goods or on provision of services. GST is based on the principle of destination based consumption taxation as against the past principle of origin based taxation. There is a provision for a dual GST with the central and states simultaneously levying it on a common base. The GST to be levied by the center is called the CGST. However, that to be levied by the states is called state GST. There are also union territories without legislature levy union territories GST, which is called as a UTGST. Also, there is an integrated GST is levied on interstate supply of goods or services. This is collected by the center so that the credit chain is not getting disrupted. GST is also applied to all goods and services except alcohol for human consumption. Tobacco and tobacco products are subject to GST, which can be levied with central excise duty also. A common threshold exemption would apply to both CGST and SGST. Taxpayers with an annual turnover of rupees 20 lakhs has been exempted from GST. Now we will look into benefits of GST. Benefit of GST, like it will help in creating unified common national market for India, giving a boost to foreign investment and Make in India campaign. It will also boost export and manufacturing activity, and it will generate more employment. Also, it will increase the GDP with gainful employment, leading to substantive economic growth. Ultimately, it will help in poverty eradication by generating more employment and more financial resources. More efficient neutralization of taxes, especially for exports, thereby making our products more competitive in the international market and give boost to the export. GST will also improve the overall investment climate in the country, which will naturally benefit the development in the states. Uniform SGST and IGST rates will reduce the incentive for evasion by eliminating rate arbitrage between neighboring states and that between intra and interstate sales. Average tax burden on companies is likely to come down, which is expected to reduce prices, and lower prices mean more consumption, which in turn means more production, thereby helping in the growth of the industry. This will create India as a manufacturing hub. Now we will look into how it will help in ease of doing business. It is a simpler tax regime with few exemptions. It will reduce the multiplicity of taxes that are at past governing our indirect taxes system. leading to simplification and uniformity. It will reduce the compliance costs, so lesser investment in resources and manpower in maintaining records. Due to simplified and automated procedures for various processes like registration, returns, refunds, and tax payments, it will help companies to focus on other functions which need more attention. It will also improve the environment of compliance, as all returns to be filed online, input credits to be verified online, encouraging more paper trail of transaction. Electronic matching of input tax credits all across India, thus making the process more transparent and accountable. Now we'll look into how it will benefit the consumers. Final price of goods is expected to be lower due to seamless flow of input tax credit between the manufacturer, retailer, and service supplier. It is expected that a relatively large segment of small retailers will be either exempted from tax or will suffer very low tax rates. Under a compounding scheme, purchases from such entries will cost less for the consumers. Average tax burden on companies is likely to come down, which is exempted to reduce prices, and lower prices mean more consumption. Thank you.